G'day. Today is the 20th of December, it's Tuesday, and rather than provide you with another snippet from the album, I thought I'd talk about some things around the recording of the album, particularly the difficulties I've encountered. So, um, in a sense, the snippets have been a little misleading. They've showed a lighter side to what I've been doing, and on purpose, they've been highlighting the kind of the good stuff and the fun aspect of it. But that's not the reality of recording this album. It hasn't been my reality at all. I've found a lot of this recording process really difficult, far more difficult than I had previously imagined. There have been times where I've just wanted to stop and give up and call every supporter and apologise to them for my hopelessness. But I've kept going largely because I'm committed to keep going. The crowdfunding brings with it a couple of sides. One is that there's a really positive element in that it's lovely having people show their support, show support for what I'm doing. On the other hand, it's extremely nerve-wracking because you I feel can I actually deliver what I said I was going to deliver? That's been really scary. But on the other hand, the third hand, is that I am committed and I am going to deliver the album, not just for you, but for me. This is something I feel I really have to do. It's been way hard, 1,000 times harder than I thought it was going to be. Some of that is because in doing an album by myself, I'm lacking the friction with band members that I would normally have. And at first you think this is really, this is going to free me up, liberating, but it hasn't really been that way. In the beginning I thought, this is great, I've got no one to argue with and I'll just do everything the way I want it. I don't always know the way I want it. That's been really hard. Sometimes I think I'm on the right track and I might work on something for an hour, a day, 2 days, and go away and do something else, like family stuff or go for a walk. And I come back and listen to it and I think, this is rubbish, this is the worst thing that anybody on the planet has ever recorded, and I'm going to give up and I'm a failure and I'm just going to stop. And that'll be the end of it, and I'll take up Japanese carpentry or something. On the whole, the experience has been positive. That's why I'm still here. But it's been fraught with so many difficulties that I didn't foresee. There were, as you may know if you've been following this, a couple of things that happened around me which were unavoidable and I couldn't control. But apart from that, the other difficulties have just been within me. Part of recording this album was to address my enormous fear of singing in public. And I can thank my father for that. And I've had that since a particular night when I was 9 years old. I still remember it all very, very clearly. And since that time, I've been just freaked out about singing. Now, I sort of addressed that with part of some therapy that I was going through for depression, and we looked at some other stuff as well. So the album for me is also a vehicle to get through. As they say, the only way out is through. To get through my fear of singing. It's not primarily about that, but that's certainly a large part of it. So I'm just at the end of recording it now. I don't mean literally right now. As soon as I stop this, I'll be back into it. So I'm just about at the end of it now. I've recorded all the guitars, the bass, and the drums were done for me by those beautiful drummers that I've had the pleasure of working with. Almost all the solos are done and almost all the vocals are done. So I have a plan, which is this. I've been working so hard at this every day, and from this Christmas day I'm going to stop for 3 weeks. I just can't continue recording it. It's been really, really stressful. So I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm just explaining the way things are. For me, I think that's an important part of the process. You have helped fund the album, and I think I owe it to you to let you know what's going on. So as of this Christmas day, I'm going to stop for 3 weeks and spend time with my family. My mind has been elsewhere, and I haven't really been there to support them for the last few months. So I'm going to have some time off. When I come back in the middle of January, I will mix and master the album. So what I have now is a release date of the end of February. And I hope you're all cool with that. I hope I haven't disappointed you too much. Although I can understand that you might be a little pissed off. But it will be delivered at the end of February, and as I said, it's just about finished right now. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Thanks heaps for being along for the journey and for your support. And I've also had some really great feedback, not always positive, but that's okay. I've had some really good feedback. And I want to thank my close friends for putting up with me during this time, and my family. And onwards. So I'll have the recording complete, I hope, by Christmas Day, and then I get to enjoy Christmas Day with my family. A few weeks off, back into it in the middle of January. We'll do our film clip at the end of January for Why Don't You Stick to Music, and finalise the artwork. I know where I'm going with that already. And it'll be in your hands at the end of February, I hope. Thanks very much for hanging in with me. Feel free to comment in the Facebook post that I'll do a bit later today. I think that's about it. So thanks very much, and I'll be back into working on the album, this afternoon. I hope your Christmases are full of peace and love, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.